If you run webinars to book sales calls for your coaching business, your show-up rate doesn't matter. Today, I want to show you how to double the number of sales calls you book from your very next webinar without worrying about who shows up and who doesn't. I'm really excited about this because I was just talking to Chris, one of my boardroomers who ran this campaign last week. Booked a ton of sales calls from it, but the cool thing is that 70% of the people who book calls booked the call before the webinar even happened and probably wouldn't have showed up anyway. By the end of this video, you're going to know why show-up rates don't matter if you want to book sales calls and what to focus on instead, where in your timeline to make the book a call offer, how to make sure that the prospects you actually want, the ones who probably won't show up on your webinar, are the ones who book a call. And then fourth, as a little gift, I'm going to give you the exact script we use to book sales calls before the webinar even happens. Lots to cover, no time to faff about. Let's get into it. All right, so let's break down a webinar. Most people think a webinar is like one thing, but it's really 4 campaigns. We've got 4 jobs to do. The first thing we want to do is get people to sign up, actually register for the thing. Then there's show up. This is a real battle. People are busy. Often they've clicked on an ad on social media and they weren't planning their life. So we've got sign up, we've got show up. On the webinar live, we want people to pay up, and then we've got follow up afterwards, tidy up the mess. So there's 4 campaigns. We work really, really hard here, and this one often lets us down because if you think about the pie chart, this is like everybody who registers for your webinar. In a perfect world, they'd all show up, but they don't. Typically, it's like, 25%. Maybe for you it's 30, maybe for you it's more, maybe for you it's less. But we end up with this group of these are the people who show, and we love that. And we work super, super hard to take the 25% or whatever your number is, and we add more follow-up messages. We spend more as the webinar gets closer. We send text. We do all the stuff. Here's the workshop. Here's the workbook. And we work really hard to increase this number. But if you work really hard, maybe you get it to 28%. It's not it's a lot of work for not much gain. So if let's say a quarter of the people show up, maybe it's a third. And we've got this other percentage here, which is all the people who don't show, don't. If your workshop's free, I use workshop and webinar sort of interchangeably. If your webinar or your workshop's free, who shows up? Well, people with free time. If they've got plenty of free time, often it means they don't have that much cash. So sometimes they're not even the people you want. And the people you want are already fairly successful. If you think about it, successful usually means busy. And busy usually means they're in the don't. So if the people we really want are the ones who are least likely to show up, then we've got this problem. It's not that they won't register for the webinar, it's just that they're unlikely to show up, which means that when somebody registers for your webinar, there's really 2 kinds of people. They both want to get to a desired outcome, right up here at the top, the result. Most people who register for a webinar are there to get information, and they're happy to spend the time, not the money, and they want to learn the stuff, have a go at it on their own, and it's like they want to take the stairs to the top. The stairs people are okay. They're there to gather information. They're info gatherers. They've got a Google Drive of all of the free lead magnets that they've downloaded and never going to do anything with. They binge all of the YouTubes and they don't do stuff with it. They're okay. They're going to take the stairs. Hopefully they'll get there eventually, but it's slow. On the other end of the spectrum are the people you really want. And they don't want to take the stairs. They want to take a shortcut. They want to jump in the elevator and get there in one move. The prospects you want are elevator people, not stairs people. By the way, I mentioned before we built this GPT that's like the script for getting these guys to book a call. We call it the elevator pitch. And there's a link in the description below. Exactly what to say to these guys so they book a call. Is that cool? I ran out of brown paper. I've resketched it. I've got a new role. It's going to look different, but it's the magic of cinematography. So if the people we want are successful, busy, and probably don't show, and the people who do show, sometimes they're the right people, but often they're not. The biggest opportunity isn't in increasing the 25 or 30% to a little bit more. The opportunity really is all of the people who we know aren't going to show. And so what we're going to do is we're going to offer them a shortcut. Hey, you come to this webinar, you can take the stairs, it's cool. Or you can skip the stairs and go straight to the top where you want to go and actually get the outcome. For you, that's a sales call. In a traditional webinar campaign, most people put all their focus, think about before, during, and after the webinar, they put all the focus on the during. But we're not going to do that because we're smart. We're going to put most of our focus on the before the webinar and the follow-up afterwards. You're going to do a great job on the webinar. You'll do really well. Before and after is where the money's at. And the biggest opportunity is here, before, in the minute directly after they register. They're going to land on a thank you page. And on that thank you page, we're going to offer them an elevator. I know Aussies, it's weird, I'm saying elevator. I would say lift if it was you and me, but we've got to talk to the international crowd. We're going to offer them an elevator straight to the thing that they want, the outcome, and that you want, the sales call. Let's talk about how to package up your call so people actually want it, and then what to say in the video. So now we know that the biggest opportunity for us is to get the people who are ready right now, the elevator people, to skip the queue, to skip the stairs and go straight up and book a call with you right now. To make that work, we need to do a little bit of messaging, massaging on what you call and how you position your sales call. Because everybody knows a sales call is an opportunity for you to extract money from their wallet, and nobody really wants that. So if you want to double the number of people who book a sales call with you, we need to make sure that the sales call is an attractive proposition to them and not something scary. And this applies whether you're doing it on the thank you page, like we're about to, whether you do it at the start of the workshop, which I highly recommend, and whether you do it at the end and then in the follow-ups. No matter where you put it, you need to package it well. Because if you don't, it can be a bit creepy. It's like if you're walking down the street and some dude walks up to you with a very mysterious looking box. He goes, hey, put your hand in this box, and he opens the box, but you can't see inside it. I don't know about you do, but there's no way I'm gonna put my hand in the box. I know what's in the box. I mean, it might be Skittles, but it could just as easily be snakes, a rat, I don't know, poop. Nobody wants to put their hand in a box so they don't know what it is. And so what we need to do, when you say, jump on a sales call with me, that's what it's like. It's like, come and spend some time with this guy who you've only just met, and trust me, bro, it's gonna be fine. It's not gonna be fine. I'm not gonna book the call because it's scary. There's way too much risk and not nearly enough reward. And so what we wanna do is we wanna make the box transparent, make the hole and put some nice lights inside so they can see what's in it, and make sure they can see that it's full of Skittles, because Skittles are delicious. So what we wanna do is we wanna package your free session. We wanna give it a handle, like a name, a set of bullets, take the risk out and increase the benefit so they want it. And to do that, we're gonna use a little worksheet that we call the session handle. It's just like, how do we name and package your session? I'm gonna give you these bullets right now. You can pause this and take notes if you want to. The easiest thing to do is just use the GPT because it's gonna do this for you. It's gonna make it easier and probably better because it's smart. If you wanna package your session well, so it's transparent and it's all Skittles and no snakes, this is how you do it. The first thing it needs is a name. And so typically what we'll do is we'll name it by the result they want and some kind of descriptive word which sounds fun. Like most people are lost and confused and they'd love a plan. And so this was one I did for a client of ours who coaches doctors. It's called the New Patient Game Plan. They want new patients, and a game plan sounds like a useful wrapper to put around it. You're gonna figure out yours, and the GPT can help you with this. In this fast-paced call together, we're gonna do a few things. First up, we'll look at, if it was for me, I would say your niche, your offers and your price points to work out what's possible for you in the next 90 days and beyond in terms of money in the bank, like cash clients and growth. Right? In this case, it's number of new patients you get a week right now, your price points and your offers, and we'll see what's possible for you in terms of money in the bank, free time, and number of new patients in the next 90 days. So it's just like, we're gonna look at these things to find out what's possible. That's the first lens. In Black Belt, most of our clients build their model around 3 core pillars. For me, it's attract, convert, deliver, marketing, sales, and coaching. And so we take those and we use those as lenses that we're gonna look at their business through. In his world, we're gonna have a look at your current situation, how you get leads right now, what your follow-up system's like, and how do we increase the length of stay and the average lifetime value of a patient to find out what's working for you right now and what's not. We'll identify the number one thing that's been holding you back from whatever the result they want is. In this case, it's like filling your appointment schedule. Fourth, we'll develop a 3-step action plan to get you more appointments, more patients, and more money. And fifth, you'll leave the call feeling clear and confident and excited about taking your physical therapy business to the next level. Not a doctor. So what we've got right now is we've got a package for your appointment that sounds different to put your hand in this scary box. And we can take that package and we can use it everywhere. On the thank you page, which we'll talk about in a second, in your emails, in any other VSL you use, on the webinar or workshop live, we've now got a package we can use everywhere. And if you do a different webinar about a different topic, you might tweak the name of the session to map it to the topic of the webinar. With me? This is all good so far, but if you don't have a way to say this on the thank you page, it's all for naught because we're still only talking to the people who show up live. So let's get this elevator pitch video dialed. I want to show you what the page looks like and exactly what to say so you can knock out one of these yourself for your very next webinar. So I'm about to show you the page. I just looked at it myself and the way it's like being beamed from my iPad to my computer, I'm looking very orange, like an Oompa Loompa. Forgive that. The best conversion rate advice I can give you is probably don't look like an Oompa Loompa. This is the page that they land on after they've just registered for the webinar. They land here. So a little note at the top. Congratulations, you've successfully registered for name of workshop, confirmation email together with your workbooks on its way to your inbox. If you want to grow your business even faster, watch this 2-minute video right now. So that's just like, hey, you've done the right thing. Here's the next step. And what we've done is just buy yourself a couple of minutes. Then we position the call as the logical next step. So next step, book a 15-minute name of call here, new patient game plan, I think we called it a second ago, with a new patient specialist, whatever your market is. If it's with you, just put your name in. If it's with a salesperson, it can't be like book a sales call with my sales guy. That's not cool. Then we want to qualify a little bit. And the way we do that is just by saying who it's for. By the way, notice the oompa loompiness in this screenshot. I don't know what's going on there. Thank you, graphic designers. You did me dirty. If you're a business coach doing over 10 grand a month, you might be just a few strategies, tactics, and tools away from doubling your lead flow, your revenue, and your impact. We've just got like a 15-minute appointment slot and they can book it in right there. And then we use the bullets that we mapped out a second ago. In this fast-paced 15-minute brainstorm, we will take a look at your marketing, sales, and delivery systems to work out what's working and what's not. We'll review your niche, your offer, and your pricing to identify what's possible for you in the next 90 days and beyond. I will uncover the number one bottleneck restricting your growth and holding you back, and we'll develop a 3-step action plan that gets you results ASAP. Just a super simple summary. That's what goes on the page, and they can book it right there and then. If you couple those words with what I'm about to give you in the video, you're going to crush this. Now, the next bit, there's a fair bit of detail that goes into the script itself. It's a 9-box framework because I like 3x3 grids. I'm going to show you the overview and then demo some of the keywords, and then the GPT can build it out for you, custom for your thing, so you don't have to stress too much about, did I get the words just right? Ready for part 3? This is the thank you video, what we like to call the elevator pitch, because it's to take people up in the elevator who want to skip the stairs. The video itself has 9 steps, and we read them piece by piece. I'm going to give you the buckets, and then I'll show you the actual words to say. So it starts off where we welcome them, thank them for registering for the webinar, and we buy a little bit of time. So it might say something like, hey, I'm Taki, thanks for registering for the $1 Million Plan workshop. The link to register and the workbook are going to be in your inbox in the next 5 minutes. So I just bought myself 5 minutes. Step 2, we want to align with purpose. So they've come to this webinar with the goal of like registering for a webinar, and you've got them to this page with the goal of booking a sales call. And so we need to Aikido their energy into the thing that you want, right? Judo styles. The webinar is going to be great. We're going to cover X, Y, Z, and ABC. And if you want to learn how to do it, it's going to be really, really useful. But if you want to get a faster way and a custom plan just for you without having to watch the whole training and see how it works for others, but just make a plan for how it could work for you, then I'd like to, and we've just like taken their intention and ours and merge them together. Then we offer them the elevator. There's a quicker way to get the thing that you want, and it's by booking a call with me. We sell the benefits of the call with the name and the bullets that we talked about before, and we invite them to book it on the link over there. And then we remove the risk. You might be wondering, why would we do a call like this for free? Well, it's really simple. When I do game plan sessions like this, there are some people who love the plan so much that they want to hire us to help them implement it. If that's you, amazing, love to help. If that's not you, no worries at all, but you have a great plan you can run with on your own. But the only way to get the plan is to jump on the one-on-one game plan session with me. CTA, whether we see you on a game plan or I see you at the workshop, I can't wait to work with you. Looking forward to seeing you there. Thanks for your attention. Sayonara. You get the idea. I'm just going to give you some highlights of the chunks as we go through, and then the GPT can do the building for you. So first up, we welcome and buy some time. Hey, Taki here from $1 Million Coach. Thanks so much for registering for the $1 Million Plan webinar. Worksheets are going to be in your inbox in 5 minutes. Bought time. Done. In the meantime, you're probably registered because you're interested in learning how to grow and scale your coaching business like our other clients do. Whether it's adding 20, 40, 60K a month to your income, generating thousands of new leads, going from one-on-one to one-to-many, or hitting $1 million a year or more in the next 12 months. Align with purpose. If you want to learn how to grow and scale, join us on the webinar. It's going to be super useful. But if you want to do it faster, I invite you to book in a one-on-one scale session with me or Vanessa, my scale specialist. And now what we're going to do is like unpack what happens on the call. Remember, more Skittles, less snakes. So what we're going to do on the call is, by the way, I'm reading it, so I've got it up on screen so you can see it. Don't put it up on the screen. It's weird. Just to be super clear. What we'll do on the call is we'll dig deep into how we can apply our attract, convert, and deliver systems into your coaching business so you can get the results you want even faster. First, we'll have a look at your niche, your programs, and your price points, and figure out what's really possible for you in terms of monthly income and client impact in the next 90 days and the 12 months after that. Second, we'll have a look at your marketing, sales, and coaching systems to see what's working, what's not. Third, we'll identify the number one thing that's been holding you back, like the bottleneck that's constricting your growth right now, that's stopping you from scaling the way you want to. Fourth, we'll map out a 3-step action plan so you can get leads and clients and cash fast. You're going to leave the session feeling clear and confident and excited about taking things to the next level. So take a moment right now and fill in the little form over there on the right. Tell me a tiny bit about your situation and then choose a time that suits you for us to create your plan together. This guy sounds great, but maybe it's a bit too good to be true. The session's free. We're really happy to help. Why would we do it for free? Well, it's really simple. We know that there's a percentage of people that we work with when we create a plan like this who want our help to implement the plan we come up with together. If that's you, awesome, love to help. That's what we do for a business. If that's not you, not a problem at all. You'll walk away with a real plan that you can take away and run with on your own. But the only way to get a custom game plan is to book a call, show up live, ready to rock and roll so we can sketch out a custom plan just for you. Again, thanks for registering for the $1 Million Plan workshop. Really looking forward to meeting with you, whether it's at the workshop or live one-on-one, and seeing if our attract, convert, and deliver systems can help you grow too. So that's how it's done. If you package your sales call well, you'll get more people wanting it, no matter where you use it. But if you put the invitation to book a call on the thank you page and don't worry too much about the show up rate, the people who are perfect prospects for your program, but unlikely to show up live, you'll get them too instead of missing out like you usually do. 3 steps here. Number 1, understand the opportunities in the people who don't show up. Number 2, package your call well, so it's more Skittles and less snakes. And then third, put a simple page on the thank you page after they register for your webinar and get them to book calls. If you do this like my clients do, you'll get twice as many calls booked, and 60 or 70% of the people who book a call are people who you never would have got because they wouldn't have showed up live. If you love this and you want to implement it even faster, that GPT that I mentioned is going to really, really help. It's called the elevator pitch. It takes people from ground floor to booking a call with you fast. That's in the description below. This webinar I think has been super, super good to me and my clients over the years. It's like one tool out of a whole tool belt. If you want all of the tools for how to market and get leads, how to sell and get clients, and how to deliver and keep them for years and get them results, I shot another video which shows you the whole game plan for how to do that. It's called the $1 Million Plan, and there's a link to that in the description below as well. This has been really fun. Take good care. Hope put it to good use, and I'll see you soon. Bye.